Good morning, students. We discussed so far the concept of ancient architecture in India. We discussed various kinds of architecture in our ancient India. And let us look at the post-reading questions today. Right, the first question that who visited the Mauryan court during Chandragupta's period? It was Megasthenes actually. Megasthenes, he came from China, he visited India, he came from Greek and he visited India. He wrote a book called Indica, in which he described the excellence, artistic excellence in his book Indica about Mauryan's palace. And Mauryan art and architecture depicted the influence of both Persians and Greeks. Art and architecture flourished under the Mauryans because first and second, because there was material prosperity and there was a heightened religious consciousness. These two aspects actually led a new kind of architecture during Mauryan's period. Now, fourth question, the Dilwara temple. Dilwara temples in Mount Abu are dedicated to Jaina Tirthankaras. We discussed it. And stone engravings are seen in the temples of Beluru and Alibedu. So these are the post-reading questions we have. Now the second task here, complete the table by mentioning the architectural contributions of the various dynasties. Two have been done for you. And Mauryans. So during Mauryans period, I think we can see the architectural contribution of monolithic stone pillars. And during Kushana's period, statues of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in Greek style. So the next dynasties like Shatavahanas, during Shatavahana's period, a great stupa at Amaravati in the lower Godavari region, and Gupta's freestanding Hindu temples at Dhegor, Jhansi and Bitragan, Kanpur. And Rashtrakutas, the Kailas temple at Ellora, Pallavas, the Ratha temples at Mahabalipuram, Cholas, during Cholas, the Bruhadishwara temple, Thanjavur, developed in Dravidian style, Eastern Ganga, the Sun temple in Konark, Chandalas, the temple complex at Khajuraho and the Bundelkhand region, and Solankis, the Dilwara temples dedicated to the Jain Tirthankaras we discussed. Right, using your own knowledge of Indian history, discuss why temples were the most important architectural achievements in various dynasties that ruled India. So some of the guidelines have been given here. Importance of religious rituals at every occasion in life, the necessity of offering prayers before and after wars. Temples were centers of art, dance and music. They sometimes functioned as treasuries actually. So these were the guidelines given for oral discussions. So another concept we have is called vocabulary, synonyms and antonyms. So this is an important concept. A rich vocabulary is an asset in any communication scenario, be it written or spoken, often while speaking or written. In the absence of a wide range of vocabulary, we tend to repeat the same words. For instance, instead of overusing the word like, context such as I like gadgets, I like A.R. Rahman's music, or I like playing computer games more than watching television. So we can use precise synonyms of the like, such as prefer, admire and appreciate, depending on the context. So there are several contextual usages of synonyms. For example, the word slim, indicates thin or attractively thin, and the word skinny, it indicates very thin. It means disapprovingly thin. And brainy, having or showing intelligence, smart, having or showing quick intelligence. So there are differences actually in the usage of vocabulary, and these usages based on the context. So we have another example given, close. The word close has several meanings. For example, the word close can be used to indicate short distance, so near. The word close can also be used to indicate strong, close friendship, for example, connection or resemblance. The word close can also be used to be indicate the word called careful, and the word can also be used secretive. The word close can also be used in the context of tight. So let us look at some of the examples here. So task number 1, my house is dash the market. So here near the market and there is a close resemblance between the members of the family in terms of genetic profiles. So it means a strong resemblance actually. So while taking the readings in the experiment, we must pay careful attention, and before a technology is patented, the developers tend to be secretive, and since the president was on visit to the campus, the security was tight. So this is how the synonyms are used in different contexts. And now let us look at some of the words. Let us identify the appropriate synonyms based on the context given. For example, the number of votes cast by members of the committee will be counted to determine the next chairperson. So here the word determine, and what could be the appropriate synonym for this word determine. So there are 4 options given: regulate, decide, rule, and diagnose. So appropriate synonym here, decide. So determine and decide. So depending on the context, any changes to the proposed construction plan must be authorized by the chief engineer of the roadways department. For example, here authorized is a word. It has some 4 options: approved, allowed, agreed, again decided. So what could be the appropriate synonym here? Approved. And we have another one is called the manager acknowledged that the CC cameras in the bank were not working for some time. So here options given: regarded, recognized, appreciated, agreed. So here acknowledged can be synonymous with the word agreed. The resource person at the workshop explained the importance of acknowledging our services while writing research papers. Here 4 options are given: significance, consequence, import, and relevance. So importance, significance. The high level foreign investment is a positive sign in the economy of our country. 4 options given: confident, pragmatic, definite, favorable. So favorable. So here you can find. So this is how the appropriate synonyms can be used. So rich vocabulary is very important based on the context. So we'll discuss the category of synonyms and antonyms in the next video. Thank you.